Hello everyone and welcome to New Beginnings, my everyday life in rural Cyprus, and today is Fun Day Monday, so lots of little topics and themes, something for everybody. And of course we must begin by saying thank you to those who do manage to watch live and check out the channel of Steve and Tina Jewell. Okay, so let's get on with the first theme of today, which is thus. Today I'm going to share with you a little bit about our capital city, Lefkosia, or some of you may know it as Nicosia. Steve and Tina say thank you. You are most welcome. It's the least I can do for you being so supportive of my channel. So Lefkosia lies roughly at the centre of the island with a rich history that can be traced back to the Bronze Age. It only became capital of the island in the 11th century AD. The Lusignans turned it into a magnificent city with a royal palace and over 50 churches. Today it blends its historic past brilliantly with the bustle of a modern city. The heart of the city, enclosed by 16th century Venetian walls, is dotted with museums, ancient churches and medieval buildings, preserving the nostalgic atmosphere of years past. Yet this old heart is split into two, leaving Lefkosia the only capital city to remain divided by force. The new Lefkosia developed outside the walls and became a contemporary and cosmopolitan business and cultural centre. Just a few miles away are the enchanting places of interest such as Byzantine churches and monasteries, architectural sites and charming villages. Organised free walking tours give an exceptional chance to visitors to get acquainted with the character and the story of the old city. And there's many museums there. You have the Cyprus Museum, which is Cypriot antiquities and treasures from the Neolithic age to early Byzantine period. We have the medieval hall opposite Paphos Gate. This hall, with its strong Gothic elements, was once part of the palace, which dates back to the 13th and 14th centuries. It's been restored by the Department of Antiquities and today is used as a cultural centre open to the public during cultural events. We have the Leventis Municipal Museum of Nicosia. The Historical Museum of Lefkosia revives life in the capital from ancient times to present day. You have the Byzantine Museum and Art Galleries, which is the largest collection of icons on the island, covering the period from 9th to 18th century. The art galleries contain oil paintings, maps and lithographs. You have another museum on Cyprus, which has a wide collection of Cypriot folk art of the 19th and early 20th century, including wood-carved objects, tapestries, embroidery, pottery, national costumes and hand-woven materials. We have the National Struggle Museum, which has documents, photos and other memorabilia of 1955 to 1959 national liberation struggle. And you have a cathedral which was built by the Archbishop Nikiforos in 1662. The 18th century wall paintings depict scenes from the Bible and the discovery of the tomb of St. Barnabas at Salamis, dedicated to St. Ioannis Theologikos, which is St. John basically. We have the Archbishopric, which is old and new, centre of the Cyprus Orthopaedic Church. Sorry, did I say orthopaedic? You know where I've been today. Excuse me. Centre of the Cyprus Orthodox Church. The new Archbishop bishop was built in Neo-Byzantine style in 1960. The old Archbishopric houses and the museums of Cyprus. We have another building that is the most important 18th century building in Lefkosia, which after being restored won the 1988 Europea Nostra Award. Once a residence of the Dragoman, is now houses of the Cyprus Museum. You have the Cyprus Postal Museum, collection of Cyprus stamps from 1800 onwards. These stamps, classified internationally, are amongst the best and are significant value in the world of stamp collecting. Also in Lefkosia, you have the Cyprus Jewellers Museum, and this is a display of traditional jewellery from the end of the 19th century, including ornaments, religious items, silver utensils and old tools. You also have the museum and buildings. You have the Famagusta Gate, the Venetian walls, which completely encircle the old city, have a circumference of 4.5 kilometres and possesses 11 heart-shaped bastions. There were only 3 gates to the city in the north, south and east. One of these gates, the porta called the Famagusta Gate, has been restored and is now the Lefkosia Municipal Cultural Centre. The vaulted passages and 2 side rooms are used for exhibitions, conferences, lectures, various performances, with the passage leading to the moat. It's a dry moat, by the way. One of the most typical quarters of the town, close to Famagusta Gate, is also being rehabilitated. You have the Nicosia Municipal Arts Centre. The centre is housed in the building of the old power station, which is one of the finest examples of industrial architecture in Cyprus. Its aim is to promote contemporary creativity at its highest level by organising important and prestigious exhibitions. We have the State Gallery of Contemporary Art, representative collections of paintings and sculpture by 20th century Cypriot artists. You have an important church, which is considered the oldest Byzantine church in Lefkosia. It's dedicated to Our Lady of the Golden Flax and is believed to have been built in 1450 by Queen Helena. You have a mosque near the main municipal market within the walled city, converted into a mosque in 1571. They believe the original 14th century Church of St. Mary was built on the spot where Prophet Omar rested. You have another church which is built in 1872. This used to be the largest church in Lefkosia. The marble to the east of the church contains the relics of the bishops and priests executed by the Turks in 1821. Another church there is built by an archbishop in 1695, an interesting example of the Franco-Byzantine style. You have Lydra Street, which I've actually done on a video already for you, situated on the 11th floor of the Shakalos building, offers a panoramic 360-degree view of the town of Lefkosia. You have a pedestrian area within the walled city, charming winding alleys, this is a must-see, with traditional houses, shops, restaurants, galleries, all lovingly restored as typical examples of Cypriot urban architecture of a bygone and graceful age. That's a must-see. You have a craft centre, an interesting complex of 8 workshops nestling around a central courtyard designed on the basis of a traditional inn architectural concept. It accommodates units engaged in contemporary applications of traditional crafts. If you're interested in what the walls of the city looks like, that is a good example for you. And inside is almost like a pit-like area. So you can go and have a look there to see if there's another picture of that. No, there's not another picture of that to show you that. And there's many more. There's municipal theatres, St Paul's Anglican Cathedral, Cyprus Handicraft Centre, Museum of the History of Cypriot Coinage. On the outskirts, there's different areas to visit as well, and much more besides. Here's some of the ruins. So there's certainly a lot to see in the capital on the south side. So that's where you need to go. And there's so much more, so many towns and things to see. So there's a little short overview of our capital city. Okie doke, let's move on to our next theme, which is so we're going to talk today about bugs and natural remedies for getting rid of bugs. Oh, thanks, Stephen Tina Jules. A very interesting place. It certainly is. It's not all heavy city, as in lots of main roads and tall buildings. There's all businesses from all around the world actually are in Cyprus, but the area I've just spoken of is not your busy roads and so on and so forth. It's much more the original Cyprus. So yes, we're going to talk about bugs and deterrents, but natural sprays, little things you can make at home, different remedies. So the first thing I'm going to talk about, and this is my own notes. I make notebooks, not my grown-up notebook, so I don't forget things like this. And I put all my, so I'm reading my own stuff here. I put all my, this is my little gardening remedies book, so I thought I'd share some with you. This is mealybugs, and if any of you don't know what that looks like, how you would know mealybugs, basically looks like white fluff. That's how I describe it, white fluff. If you've got something that looks like white fluff, could be mealybugs, or let's say even little tiny bits of cotton wool. Let's imagine that. So that kind of look, it is mealybugs. And these can often get on many things, but in Cyprus, you can often see them on leaves of lemon trees and orange trees. You can find them other places as well, but in Cyprus, that's where you're going to see it first. So it looks like little bits, tiny bits of cotton wool, or like an earbud, Q-tips, I think Americans call them, like a little end of that almost. Think of that. And that's what it is. It's mealybugs. So my remedy for getting rid of that is 3 millilitres of shampoo in 1 litre of water. That's all you need. Yes, 3 millilitres of shampoo in 1 litre of water. You can spray that, put it in a little squeezy spray canister, spray that late evening or at night. Don't spray it in the morning. No, no, don't use it in the morning. And you want to do it, if you do use it, then you want to do it before the sun is up. This is a little bit like whitefly, that you want to do it before they get moving. So you need to kill them at night, basically. So late evening or at night, not in the morning. And then you spray it again within a week if it's if it's kind of all over your tree or your product, or if it comes back, but that should, unless it's really bad, get rid of it straight away. A simple, quicker solution for getting rid of ants as well. And not for getting rid of ants, the ants will get rid of them as well. So a good solution is if you see ants on your trees, let them be there. Don't get ants off your fruit trees unless they're causing a problem. So orange and lemon trees, the ants don't eat the oranges and lemons, but obviously other fruits they would eat. But if they're on orange and lemon trees, do leave your ants there because they eat mealybugs. So ants are a very good solution because they will naturally decrease them. You could put some ants up there. The other thing I want to talk about is squash vine borer. If you have problems with squash vine borer, every other evening, use 1 teaspoon of peppermint essential oil per gallon of water, and obviously spray that in a similar manner. And the last one I'm going to do today, just a general homemade insect repellent. So you could try this for any problems that you have, any insects. Plunge a sprig of each of these, thyme and rosemary. So a sprig of each of those, plunge that into 300 ml of boiling water and leave to soak overnight. Then put the infused liquid into a spray bottle and spritz it on. So there's a general one for you. So a sprig of thyme, a sprig of rosemary, plunge into 300 ml of boiling water, leave to soak overnight. Then put the infused liquid into a spray bottle and away you go. So you could make that up in advance and keep it there. Anytime you happen to see some little bugs, just get your spray and off you go. That should work on most bugs. Okie doke, let's move on to something completely different, as they say. Oh yes, we're continuing with Aesop's Fables, the condensed versions of the story. How many more? We can't have many more to go. 1, 2, 3 more, including today. So we've nearly done with this one. Nearly done with the Aesop's Fables. Steve and Tina say, raking leaves here as the trees are bare now for winter. Ooh. Ooh. And yeah, I love leaves. As I'm cutting my olive trees, I'm actually going back to that tomorrow. I've had a few days away from doing anything, but I'm going back to it tomorrow. As I cut them, you may have seen my video I posted today about the last 2 years where I've trimmed the olive trees. I've just put the branches in a pile, and then slowly throughout this year I've been chopping them down and adding them to my hugel beds or my raised beds. But in my video today I mentioned the fact that what I'm doing now, because I've almost finished the previous year's stuff, I don't want to pile up again. So it's taken me longer to cut the olive trees because I'm literally snipping them with hand secateurs into bits this small, cutting them straight in the wheelbarrow. As the wheelbarrow fills up, and put it straight on the hugel or the raised beds. And that's good because that's green, whereas the old stuff's brown. And if you grow, you will know you should always do what they call lasagna, which is different layers of different things, but particularly brown, green. So that'd be good. So it's taken me absolutely ages to get any trees cut, doing it that way. And obviously any big branches, I'm stripping right back, putting in a pile. So it's taken me ages, but I know when I'm done, I'm done. So there is that. I think it's better, but I keep saying to Mike, I'm not getting very far. And he's like, yeah, but you're doing sort of double the job, if you like. So back to that tomorrow. Steve and Tina say yes, not looking forward to winter. No. No, it's always debatable how my birthday's going to be, because we don't really have autumn. We've had summer. Today the weather changed, so I think we've switched now. So we are what you would call autumn weather, but it's our winter. We call it winter. We don't have autumn. And it's like switching a switch. It goes from, as Mike said, he was out yesterday with no top on, doing some stuff in the garden, and today he's got a sweatshirt on. I've got a jumper on, but it's late at night now and I'm not very well, so I just want to feel snugly. I'm not doing very well with my only allowed to eat 12 items, and that has now been reduced. I've got to take 3 more items out of that, so I'm just not doing well like that at the moment anyway, but I'm good. You know me, I get over things and keep on. So I've got, just for cozy, it's 6 o'clock, almost 6 p.m. now. Get a wood chipper. I want so badly a wood chipper. That's Steve saying that. Steve, I so badly do. And because I got some compensation recently, I thought I was going to put that to a wood chipper. I was definitely getting a wood chipper. That would be good. 2 things wrong with that. One, a plug-in one would be no good for 2 reasons. One, my land is vast and I don't want to take all the stuff somewhere else. I want to do it where I am. Also, we're on solar. Solar couldn't cope with that. So plug-in is out of the question totally. And they are the cheaper ones. The petrol or diesel, I think actually petrol, we looked at, the cheapest one is way out of our budget. And was there a reason for that as well? I think that was just totally out of a budget. Obviously I'm doing industrial stuff. I'm not doing like a garden. So I can't have, I think you can get like mini type ones. That would be of no use. It's got to be like a semi-industrial size one for the amount of land we've got. But yes, I would love a wood chipper. I would love that. That would make my life so easy, and I would use it all the time. So we've definitely got to have a petrol one, and it's way out the budget. If you want to set up a GoFundMe for it, that'd be lovely. But yeah, that would really make my life so easy. And as I say, it's got to be something I could move around, not around the whole garden, obviously, but to different sections. But can't have a plug-in one, which were affordable. But yes, I agree with you. A wood chipper would be the perfect thing. And I thought, oh, compensation money, I'll put that to it and get one. No. And we can't order one. It's got to be from Cyprus, because obviously if it's imported, I don't know if you're allowed to import those kind of things, but even if you could, the price of that would be ridiculous. But yeah, even, well, I don't know how much they cost to run on petrol either, so that might be a drawback as well. But yes, if you've got any ideas, do let me know. Okay, so Aesop Fables. This one is called The Lark and Her Family. Did we read this one? No, we didn't read this one. A lark made her nest in a field of corn, so her young would have plenty to eat until they were fully fledged and ready to fly. One day the farmer came to the cornfield, and, seeing that his crop was ripe and dry, he said to himself, I'd better get my friends together to harvest my corn. One of the lark chicks heard him and told his mother. We don't have to go just yet, said the lark. The next day the farmer came to inspect his corn, and he said to himself, I should get all my relatives to help me harvest my corn. The lark chick told his mother what the farmer had said. We still have a little time, said the lark. The next day the farmer came to inspect his corn again, by which time the corn was so ripe that the ears of the corn were dropping off in the heat of the sun. Right, that does it, said the farmer. I'm going to hire some men and gather up the crop myself first thing tomorrow. When the lark chick told his mother what the farmer had said, the lark said, now it's time to go. When a man relies on himself rather than on his family and friends, then things definitely get done. And the moral of that is, if you want to make sure some things get done, do it yourself. Oh, that's so appropriate, that one, isn't it? Very appropriate. Self-reliant doesn't mean about growing your own stuff. It means depending on yourself, and if it doesn't get done, you only have yourself to blame. Stephen T, and watching your ads, hopefully you'll earn enough eventually. Oh, bless you so much. Bless you so much. I still haven't done that thing you're supposed to do or should do at the beginning. When you get ads, you can actually go in and not only say what type of ads you don't want, but I've said before how you can even go through, if you say, I don't know, let's say shops, stores, products, you can actually go in and define it. So if there's one particular, let's say a clothing store you don't like because you know it's slave labor, you can block that one so no one sees that advert, but leave others up. So you can define not only subjects but actual companies within that to define them. I've never actually gone in there because, as you may or may not know, I had such a hoo-ha even getting Cyprus to be monetarized. So I was just so pleased with it. I never then went back in it. It took me like months and months to keep going in and dealing with it and sorting it out. So I never did that. If any of you ever get ads you're not happy with, do either email me or drop it in a comment. And if it's something inappropriate, I will go and block it. So I think that's the easiest way. No one's ever come and said, oh, there was a, because it's not what ads I set. If you're in a different country and you get an ad, you're going to see totally different ads, obviously. It's the ads are geared from that list as to what they think suits you or your type or your age group or whatever else. So you don't all get the same adverts watching my video, which I'm sure all of you know it's targeted. So some people will get loads. If you're in America particularly, and in England, I think they're the two countries where they actually show you more ads than any other country. Some people tell me there's never any ads on my videos. So it depends where you're from. But yeah, thanks, Stephen, Tina, for that. I am kind of getting back to life again. So I will be catching up with everyone's channels soon. I did catch up with 2 lives today, kind of. I'm in the chat, but I'm not chatting away. But yes, so I will be catching up with you soon. Okay, let's go back onto my section and let's move on to this subject. If anyone saw the beginning, there was a little extra bit at the beginning before I started. If any of you spotted that, let me know in the comments what was the new little bit before I came on screen today, and tell me what you think of it. So it's something you will see in an upcoming video about where I got it from. Yes, it's not something I got off of Canva. It's a real item I filmed. So if any of you saw that, if you're watching this back later or if you're in the chat live, drop me a comment. What was the extra little bit before I came on screen that I've never done before, and what did you think of it? That at the start you had an ad. What was your ad for? Tell me what your ad was for. I'm always interested to know what the ads are. And 99% of the time people get ads on and they're like, oh, that's funny, I was just talking about that kind of thing the other day. Oh dear. Yeah. Oh, I was just talking about that the other day. Can't remember. There you go. There's ads on, obviously on my phone, there's ads. And you get the chance to skip ads and whatever. And I was quite amazed that some of the ads, when you get to skip after so many seconds, because on my phone, I haven't got an ad blocker on my phone. You skip after so many seconds, but a lot of those adverts, bear in mind, they know you can skip and it's for a product. Wouldn't they get that product up there in those few seconds? No, some of them you're like, I don't know what that is for. Don't say, oh, but that's to make you carry on watching it. No, if I'm in the middle of like doing a language app, so I don't want to watch it, so I'll skip it. It's not like, oh, what's this, and carry on watching, because I'm in the middle of a language app. So I want to get on with that. So in my opinion, you would want to put your product, at least the name of it, straight away, wouldn't you? Isn't that the whole point? You're paying for an advert. Who knows? Okay, so Knacks, Hacks, Facts and Stats. Today we're talking trousers or pants if you're in America. Pants. Pantaloonies if you're in Cyprus. Trousers. Brits, trousers. So I have 4 tips about trouser related things for you. Oh, wasn't you waiting for tips on trousers? Okay, so the first one. Trouser creases stay in the right place when you rub them on the inside with a piece of wet soap. Then iron them on the right side. Yeah, I normally go to the toilet. Steve's saying I don't watch the ad, I let it play and get a coffee. Yeah, I'll go to the toilet like you used to with TV, didn't you? Put the kettle on, or I'll go and get a bit of dried fruit, or I tend to turn around and write something on my whiteboard I've just remembered to write. Yeah, you don't. As I say, I've got them on my phone, and obviously I'm in the middle of a learning app, so I am looking at the phone, normally something like that, or I'll quickly write something down. Or what I tend to do now with the learning app is, if I didn't know something, I'd write it in a book. I've got an exercise book out in front of me whenever I do a learning app, because I feel if you're learning it digitally online, then I find you're just clicking through. I got that right. I didn't know that. I'll remember that. No, you need to write it down, and then you've almost got a learning book of all things you didn't know. So what I'll tend to do is, if an ad comes up, I will look down and look at the last few I got wrong, just to revise those. Okay, trouser tip number 2. To remove shine from trousers or skirts, sponge the affected areas with a weak solution of ammonia, 1 teaspoon, 5 ml, per 1 pint, 550 ml of warm water. Press with a warm iron using a damp cloth until perfectly dry. But often it's ironing things at the wrong temperature that gives them the sheen in the first place, don't you know? Tip number 3. When letting down a hem on trousers or skirts, help to remove the crease mark by rubbing a bar of soap along the line on the inside before pressing. These are like soap trick tips today. And hint 4, another hint to remove the crease mark is to rub the mark with salt on a damp cloth. Wow, that one I didn't know for sure. Okie doke, let's move along to the next topic, which is this. Yes, so what to watch? I hope that's what came up, because I was busy doing something else and I don't know if I put the right one up then. What to watch on your coffee break? I'm only going to say wait until tomorrow and then watch this channel. Tomorrow, oh no, not tomorrow, beg your pardon, I don't post tomorrow. Wednesday watch what I'm going to post on this channel. And the spoiler is I have reached 3K. Yay! Thank you, subscribers. I have reached 3K on this channel, and I'm posting on Wednesday a video of a giveaway. Yes, a giveaway on this channel on Wednesday, and it's the easiest competition you've ever entered in your whole life. So watch the video and I tell you what to do and what the prize is. So watch out for that tomorrow. Make a little note somewhere so you don't forget, and do what it says in the video, and then you will be automatically entered if you do what I say to do. And it's easy. It's not one of these subscribe to this, watch this, do this. No, easy. The easiest competition you've ever entered on YouTube. So look out for that posting tomorrow. Steve and Tina, can't remember last time I iron anything. No, we don't really. It's too hot to iron. I think as long as you wash things, hang them straight out, hang them outside anyway. Most stuff isn't needs ironing these days anyway. Steve and Tina say, I see that. Congrats. Oh, thank you. It's actually over today. It was 3-3-1-0, something like that. Not tomorrow, Wednesday. Yes, I know. I don't know where I am half the time. Yes, I'm here today, so it won't be tomorrow. No. Wednesday. Yes. So tomorrow I'm posting. I normally post in my morning, but I don't have a set post time. Yes. I don't have a set time for posting a video. I just have set days. And the reason for that is depends on the season, what I'm doing. If I can get out early, if it's the summer, I have to get out in the garden early. 3010. Oh, I thought you told me what year it is in my head. Ah, right. So 3010. That's how many I've got. It's going up quick considering I've only just hit the 3K. That's amazing. And I say on the video, from 1 to 2K was quite quick. 2 to 3K was ridiculous. I only feel like I've just done my giveaway for 2K because I'm doing a giveaway every K. That's what I'm going to do. But I'm trying to be, 1, unique, and 2, think of different things anyway. But yeah, so I'm trying to think of different things each time. So each one will be different. Not being able to buy things to give away, I have to be very creative. I think I've done well this time. It's something very unique, very unique. Yeah, so anyway, watch the video. I won't give anything away. What was I saying? I said something. But what times I post? Yeah, so obviously summer I like to get out in the garden early. Winter I can't post too early because we've got a solar panel issue at the moment, so it takes a while for our power in the morning. So it's all dependable. And being in Cyprus, it's not like it's everyone else's right time of day anyway. I'm not going to be posting in the evening. So sometimes I post after my lunchtime, which tends to be most people's morning. So I don't have set times for a video to be posted. I just have a set day. So this channel posts Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Tranquility post Monday, Wednesday. That only does 2 days a week. And Everything Dance channel only posts on a Wednesday. So yes, that's what I do. Okay, let's move on. I'm on the wrong page again. Let's move on to this subject. So sorting things out, came across some old computer games on CD disc. If anyone collects those, let me know. I've got a whole bunch I don't want anymore. Maybe I'll go through those one day with you. And if you want any of them, if you do like CD disc computer games that go on your computer, then I've got some classics. So I found some of the booklets that go with them. Now this is an actual good disc. I probably won't get rid of the disc for this, but I found the booklet that goes with it, Printmaster Gold, which was one of the better like Canva type thing, but on your disc. Publishing suite, so you can make like your invitations, and it's got loads of pictures on, like Canva type of thing. And it was very good, and if I can still use it, I probably would have a go and see what I can do. So they're the sort of things you can make on it. And I was just flicking through, and it gives you ideas for basic design suggestions. So I thought this could be actually quite appropriate for whatever you use to make your designs. Steve and Tina just watched some Dad's Army the other day. Ooh, we could talk about Dad's Army. We keep going to the old YouTube, watching the old series, old programs. You will know then, Steve, Get Some In. We just went back and watched the whole lot of those. They were actually quite funny. Hey, Blue's in the house. She's late. Blue, you're not late. If you're here, you're always on time. You're always on time. So let's go and check out Blue's Self-Reliant channel. Yes, do go and check out Blue Self-Reliant. She's doing a series at the moment. It's like Vlogmas. I won't spoil it. She's doing something totally different for Vlogmas. Do go and check out her videos for Vlogmas. Start at the first one because she explains all what she's doing and why she's doing it. And it's very heartfelt, very heartfelt. So do go over and check out her Vlogmas. But as I say, start with the first one. If you will put your link up, Blue, to your first one, if you can do that, because I think it's really awesome what you're doing. And yeah, so check out Vlogmas with a difference, but with her heart that she always leads with. So put up the link, Blue, for the first one. I think, if I'm right, she's done two. I think she's done two. As I say, I'm only just catching up with people. So there. Blue said it was dark. Yeah, it was dark. I was like, what? It's dark because it was 4 a.m. Our solar panels hadn't kicked in yet. Yeah, it is a little bit dark. You do know you can just lighten that up, don't you? You can repost it and light it up, but you probably don't want to do that because you'll probably lose your views on that if you relighten it. But yeah, bless. Well, it was the winter atmosphere, Blue. It was atmospherical. There we go. There's the link. If you are watching this back later and you haven't got the chat, then just go on to Blue Self-Reliance. You all know Blue, I'm sure, if you're on my channel. There's only one so far. Right. Oh, beg your pardon. Yeah, it did start on December the 1st. Yeah, I probably saw the same one pop up on my screen twice. Yeah. Oh, I know where it was. I started watching it and I only had 5 minutes. Now I went back and carried on watching it. That's why I feel like I've seen two. Yeah, that's it. It was still dark. Okay, so we're looking at the book. And bearing in mind, let me see, would there be a date on here? Oh, this was printed in Burgess Hill, West Sussex, interestingly. I don't know if there'd be a date. There should be a date somewhere. Copyright 1997. So it might give you some ideas based on what you print and do and make. So the tips are basic design suggestions. 1, keep it simple. It's easy for messages to get sidetracked by too many pictures, too much text, and too many colours. When you design your project, try to stick with a few basic picture elements and one specific message. Simplicity can go a long way to make your project look bright, clear, professional, and fun. Lou says, I've been running around going a bit mad because I've been offered funding to do in-person workshops at local community centre. Wow, that's awesome, Blue. That's awesome. Nice, Blue. Yes, it is nice. Blue does so much for other people. She really does. Number 2, keep different elements different. Things that are almost alike, like a picture of a red rose and a picture of a red tulip, won't always be seen as two different pictures, but may be seen as slightly off. When choosing a picture, try to find an image very different from those already on your project, or duplicate a picture already there, perhaps making the duplicate smaller, rotated, or a different colour. Make it clear that each design element is supposed to be the same or very different. Number 3, repeat your message throughout. Once you decide on your message or the one design element you'd like to communicate, repeat it again and again through your project. For example, if you want one colour to dominate your project, repeat it in the pictures, the background, or in coloured blocks across the page. If you want to repeat a picture of a flower, create a bunch of them and then carry one lone flower to the inside of the card. If you want to use squares as a recurring design element in your newsletter, carry the squares, both big and small, through the design of the piece and don't confuse the overall look with oblongs or rectangles. Next one, too much is too much. Avoid repeating something so many times it gets a bit much. You'd be surprised how little you need to make a bold statement. Too much of anything, words, art, colours or shapes, just looks like a jumble. And the next one, line them up. Try to line design elements up on the page, whether it be with the right side, the left side or the middle of other objects on the page. Think of your page as a grid before you start. Line objects up to their invisible grid. You may be the only one who sees the relationship and alignment, but that's okay. Your viewers will just get a nice sense of completion and fullness without being aware of the alignment. That's like a newspaper columns. Don't mix alignments. For cards, centering the text often looks good, but for newsletters and other projects, try making all text flush right or flush left. Try not to mix alignments. Then have other design elements, text boxes, graphics, headlines, line up with the flush side of the text columns. It's surprising how good a newsletter can look when each element lines up with another element somewhere else on the page. Group. If you have several items on your project, try to find a way to group up the items that are related, making it easier for your viewers to get the main idea of your project. In particular, if you have a headline at the top of your page, don't place the sub-headline at the bottom of the page. Place it up near the headline so your reader gets the full thought at once. Or if you have several small pictures on your page, try moving them together, grouping them into a related bunch. And the last one for today, two more, two little ones. Rotate. Don't be afraid to slightly rotate your art and text on the page or move it slightly off to the side. Your design doesn't have to sit square on the paper, but can bleed off the edge, making it look quite exciting. And the last one today, be bold. Don't be afraid to make your graphics or text huge on the page, or by making the picture small and duplicating it several times, you can attract a lot of attention. So there's some ideas. So that's something that doesn't really date, design, graphics, and so on. And I was fiddling yesterday, making some new quotes. You know, I finished with Quote Corner. I'm not now going to do Quote Corner at the end of my live, so I'm going to throw it in the middle. The reason for that is I've got more in a different place on my list at the side, and I can just go in there when I need to get my head together. It's going to be another little interlude for me to get my head together. So let's move on. I'm on the wrong page again. Let's do a bit of this. I've got this. Do you remember I've got a really big embroidery frame that I won in the auction lot? And I was talking about maybe I could change it into like a weaving frame. And I want to remind you before I continue how I made this out of synthetic rope. You would have seen this a little bit like I make my paper or cardboard baskets. I use the same idea, but it was such a pretty bit of rope. See, very pretty. Well, my friend came over today. She's a friend who gives me any plastic containers for growing. She's got used to what I call, or what a lot of people call rubbish. I go, oh, exciting, it's like Christmas. So she's got used to that now. She doesn't mind bringing me all sorts of stuff. She bought me some oranges today. Yes. Cool. Oh, thanks. Haven't you seen that? Got a whole video on making that on my other channel. Anyway, so today she said, I got you this. She said, I don't know where she gets it from, but she said that it wasn't mine. I found it. Okay, we don't question. She found it. It's a whole carrier bag. All of the same sort of stuff. Isn't this exciting? I haven't taken it out yet. Let's take it out. Okay. Oh, wow. I just looked in. Look. It's stuff. It's stuff. They're all like this. They're long. I don't know where she got it from. I really don't. I don't know if you can tell. It's kind of two different ones with, it's almost like a belt effect. Can you see? But I don't know whether it's supposed to be like a curtain tie, like a tie back for a curtain, because it's knotted at both ends. I think it's like one of those sort of tie backs for curtains. And then it's got the design. That's one. I think they're curtain tie backs. They're all different though. I don't think there's pairs. Then there's this one. It's this one. And again, it's got a knot on an end and a knot on the other end. So it's like this. Looks like a tie back or belt, yeah. And then, but it looks like they're made, like homemade, out of two different types. Hey, Blue, we could play skipping. I think they're homemade. But what I was thinking is if maybe untie them, because I don't need them like they are, and then make like horizontal and vertical, weave them and see if I can make something out of them. There's more. So as I said, there doesn't seem to be any pairs. Is this a pair? No, this is joined. So that's one end. That's the other end. And then it's, again, it's two different ones. It's like a sort of whitey one and I suppose a silvery one. Sounds like a good plan. Would that work, Blue? Hey, it'd be fun trying. Took me ages to think to make that basket. And now I was thinking, what can I do with all this? I mean, you could just use it as rope, but it seems too pretty. Too pretty. Well, there's one more. So as I said, there's no pairs. These are maybe belts. Maybe belts. Maybe some are belts and some are tiebacks. So this one's interesting on the end. It's a kind of tied one onto the other. I wonder if you could do macrame with it. That's was going to be my next thought, to start learning macrame. I'm not very good at following direction though. Yeah, this has got kind of knotty bits. Very strange. It's macrame. Oh, it is macrame. You may want to melt the ends to stop any fraying. Okie doke. But whatever I do, I can't see how, as pretty as some of them are, that's sort of joined it all together before. Yeah, see, you're right. The ends look, they're frayy. You can burn them, can't you, with a lighter or something? That's how we used to do our ballet shoe ribbons. It's macrame, so these are macrame then. But as I say, there's no pairs, and we don't have curtains that you could tie back anyway. I like that bit. It's quite nice. So I can't see any use as they are. That's why I was wondering if I tied some vertically, some horizontally on that frame and then weave. I would trim that and get the lighter on it. Okay. Okay. It just seems a shame to take them apart with someone somewhere's done a lot with it. But I can't see any use of them as they are. I certainly wouldn't wear them as belts. Which one do I like best? I mean, there's not enough of it to like mend a chair and put like, do like a chair. Because that was the plan. The plan was to get Blue over and do macrame. That was the plan. Yeah, actually, I think this one, the actual weaving or not weaving, macrame. Oh, yes, look. Oh, I see now, Blue. Look, this one here is hangy. Oh, look, this is where you put the basket in. Oh, well, I might just use that one as is. Can you see? Yeah, that's like now you've said macrame. Yeah, that one has a pot in. Oh, I'll use that as it is. Yeah, look, pot goes in there. That's the bottom. Right, that one's definitely a pot holder. No, that's a pot holder. I don't know where you're seeing this really on the screen. I feel like the picture on lives is too small. I want widen the picture. Yes, that's a pot one. I'm going to keep that one there. That's definitely a pot. Maybe they're all pots now. Let's look. Right, so I'm looking now for a top and a bottom. Oh, this bottom or top. Look at that. That's just gone wrong. That's gone wrong. Let's say that's a top. Sorry, I'm not showing it very well. Let's say forget this bit. Get rid of that bit. That's a hook, let's say, at the top. Fancy. I would still trim the ends and melt them, hun, because they'll last better. Will do, Blue. Thanks for your help. Yes, look, this could be a pot one. Yeah, this could be a pot one as well. Oh, I'm just going to use it as pot holders. That hasn't got much stability though. Look, there's only 3 bits on that. I think that needs a big pot. I do apologise if you're not seeing this very well. Yeah, that's just got 3 bits. Right, that's a pot holder. I'm going to be out tomorrow doing pots. Maybe they're all pot holders. Right, now this one, no. This one's got, yeah, look, blue's right there, a right mess on the bottom. So that's got hangy bits, and that bit, that's got to be a bottom, hasn't it? This is the other end. So I'm guessing that's the top. With all this bindy, the bit I liked, the bindy bits. Right, what's it do under that? Oh no, this isn't. It all comes apart. This one. I don't know what this is. The whole thing. Does it come apart? I'm not sure what this is. Because it's so long. I don't really know what this one is. I don't think this is a pot holder. It's like a long tunnel. It's for a bigger pot. What, this one? This one? Right. Would that not be a bit dodgy? I could try it. I've got some big pots. But this like is good in a way. This is better. Oh, this one I think is the same, yes, as I've just shown. So that's got a hooky. That's a definite hooky with all this bit. They are pretty. And then on the other end, it makes more sense now. So sort out the bottoms. That's the bottom. And this is like the last one I showed you. The whole thing, wow, is like a massive tunnel all the way down. Massive. Right, so I'll try 2 big pots in those. That's got to be something really strong, though, to hold them if they're a big pot. But I guess that is strong. That would be why there's so many bits, I guess. Oh, well, that's what I'm going to do. Forget the weaving. Forget the weaving. Now, there's a carrier bag in the bag. Oh, that's a supermarket bag. So that was in. This is one of the main supermarkets of all of Cyprus. If you ever go to a supermarket in Cyprus, that's the one you want to go in. Papa Antonio, that's the one you want to go in. So that, oh, I've got all bits now over my pages. So, yeah, that's it. So I've made those. That's going to be nice and simple. So I think what I'll do is film those better, maybe with Mike holding them and show them. Then I will go to my pot, sort my pots out and show you then. That's, yay, that's turned out to be a very simple project there. Very simple project. As soon as Blue said macrame, I was like, oh, yay, that's great. Okay, that's definitely great. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you one of my new quote corners, and then I'll come back. So I need a drink. So quote corner of today, but we're not ending on quote corner today. So quote corner, new Monday quote corner. And don't forget my little competition, no prizes for you today, is at the very beginning of this live. before I came on screen, there was something new that you haven't seen before, a little extra thing. And tell me in the comments if you saw it, what you thought of it. And as I said, it's real. It's not something off of Canva. It's something I actually have here, which you will see in a future video. You will see it. So look out for that. Yes, on Why Blues here. I was fiddling around before I went on live today. I have managed for the future use to link my phone up and bring that on as a guest. Now, I knew from, I don't know where I first knew of it, but I knew you could do that. You could bring your phone in to be another camera angle by sending the link to be in the chat to your phone. I knew that. Anyway, I thought, oh, I'll just sort of see if there's anything on YouTube about it other than that. And they also about, now this is if any of you actually pay for StreamYard. It's another way of doing it. You can bring in as many mini web cameras or anything else into, so you can have multiple film angles and whatever else. Hit at the bottom here, if you do StreamYard, you'll know you've got your panel on the bottom with mutes, stop camera, settings, present, invite, leave studio. If you go on present, and then I've forgotten what the word is under that, just look, extra camera, then it comes up extra camera. That's how you do it, but that is if you pay for StreamYard. If you don't pay for StreamYard, then all you do is what I've said you do, just go to your phone, send your phone, go to StreamYard, send your phone the link as if your phone was a guest, and then you can do what you want with it. So you can do that. Cool. Subs. Okay, so talking of StreamYard, if you are interested in paying for StreamYard for anything, or you don't do StreamYard yet and you want to start doing it, don't forget I've got a discount code in the links below, and here's a little bit about that. Saying yes, I do that phone trick with Melon. I did go on Melon for, I don't know, a couple of times. I did like Melon. I can't remember why I stopped Melon. Oh, I think it was when I was having all these issues with linking up my microphone and to do the what do you call it, when you put an upcoming lives coming, and it kept saying you needed this, that and the other, and we couldn't figure out, and then the mic wasn't working in there. But overall I think it was my computer. But I did like Melon. I thought that was pretty good, Melon. But StreamYard is better now. When I first went on it, when I first started YouTube, it was brilliant. Then suddenly everyone came on it and they weren't really enabled to have so much traffic going on, which is why they started then limiting how many hours you could have. There used to be no limit at all when I first started on it, and then they limited it because people were doing 2-3 hour lives every day, and that's why there was too much traffic. But now they've limited it. Unless you pay, then they could then afford to make it more accessible for all. And I think when there was that situation of there was too much traffic on here, a lot of people then went off and used other platforms. So that helped a lot as well. So there is that. Yes. I think I'm going to finish as good a time as I'm having. I've done an hour, and I do have to be careful because all my other lives, I need enough for the month. I haven't looked how much I've used this month so far. And Mikey has resurfaced. So that leaves me just to say thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all your support in all manners. I will start to catch up with you all soon. As I say, I went on 2 lives kind of today. Didn't get involved in the chat per se, but I'm getting there. And just thank you. What else can I say? Again, reiterate that if you are watching this back later, do drop a comment, because my policy is to say thank you to each and every one of you personally. I know a lot of channels say, oh, well, we get to as many as possible. I'm sorry, for me, that's not good enough. For me, if I can't say thank you to you all, my channel's too big and I shouldn't be pushing for more people. So there's that. And we need to also say, we see Glitter World is in the house. She's been awesome. So let's check out Glitter World. So I'm going to finish today. As I say, thank you so much for being here. I'm just checking the comments because I don't like missing anyone out. Steve and Tina say, thanks for the live by Blue. Hi, Glitter. Glitter said she had to catch the bus. Yeah, I saw you going out with your coat, didn't I? Or your friend's coat. She was wearing her friend's coat. Blue says, take it easy. Mahusive hugs. Guys, you're great. Thank you. And I will see you all soon.